Georgia, and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News, crisis averted. The 5G rollout no longer happening today. The agreement officials reached overnight to keep people around the globe safe.
Senate Democrats we are going to fight the fight.
Plus, voting rights showdown, the next steps after lawmakers debate new voting laws with Georgia at the center of that fight.
President Joe Biden is nearly 1 year in. The commander-in-chief taking a look back at his accomplishments and challenges and what he plans to do next.
Free COVID tests and N95 masks. I'm Aixa Diaz in Washington with the two giveaways from the federal government.
Here's a live look from our Skyview 22 camera down at Harbortown Lighthouse. We're in the Low Country. You got me all catawampus.
Words are hard this morning, huh?
Yeah, I know. I was going down to River Street. No. We're at Harbortown. Thanks so much for starting your day with WJCL 22. Good morning. Frank Sulkowski.
And I'm Emma Hamilton. Of course, our meteorologist, Jonathan Myers. He's also here. And Jonathan, shaping up to be a gorgeous day out there. And it's kind of the calm before the storm, per se.
It definitely is, because Arctic front moves in late to Thursday night. And we're going to see some cold weather coming in. 40s for highs, a cold rain on Friday, and maybe even some wintry weather for some areas on Friday night. And I'll detail that for you as we look outside this morning. And it is a cold wind. And even on the beachfront this morning, starting out into the 30s, a frosty start. 44 by mid-morning and low to mid-60s throughout the afternoon. Not a bad day. Mainly sunny sky, just some high clouds as we go throughout a good part of the daytime. Then after work, cooling off into the 50s. You can see those high clouds back off to our west, but like I said, just lots of sunshine throughout a good part of the day. Now, here's the weather headlines. Pleasant today, tomorrow, even close to 70 for some of us on a Thursday. Enjoy those milder weather today and tomorrow, because we're going to see some cold weather moving in. Friday, it will be a cold rain only in the 40s, and then as colder air moves in, Friday night, early Saturday morning, definitely impact. We could see some inland freezing rain around, and I'm going to track it out for you, show you exactly who could pick up some of that freezing rain on Friday night and early on Saturday, and we'll look ahead to the rest of the weekend in less than 10 minutes.
Thanks so much. We are heading outside for a live look at your commute this morning. We're in downtown Pembroke, where looks like a lot of y'all are either still sleeping or drinking coffee at home, because there is nobody out there to start this Wednesday.
Go ahead and get up, Bryan County. Right now, here and across the country, the desperate push for COVID tests. Today, the White House rolling out its at-home testing delivery program. Plus, as our Aixa Diaz reports from Washington, the Biden administration planning to give away high-quality masks, too.
The federal government is giving each household 4 at-home rapid tests for free. All you have to do is sign up. And also soon, free N95 masks will be available at pharmacies and health centers. As he prepares to mark 1 year in office, President Biden is focusing on testing and masking. The federal government is giving away free COVID tests. All you have to do is go to covidtests.gov, click order, and fill out your name and address on the U.S. Postal Service page.
Every website launch, in our view, comes with risk. We can't guarantee there won't be a bug or two, but the best tech teams across the administration and the Postal Service are working hard to make this a success.
The Biden administration is also preparing to give away high-quality masks. A White House official says 400 million N95 masks from the Strategic National Stockpile will be available for free at pharmacies and community health centers nationwide starting next month.
Nobody is taking their foot off the accelerator until we are done with this pandemic, until we have a clear pathway forward.
Those free COVID tests will take 7 to 12 days to ship after you've placed the order. In Washington, I'm Aixa Diaz.
Overnight, Good Morning America spoke to the co-founders of the largest testing site in California in Palo Alto, also home to the second largest school district. Now it says it's sending tests via private jet twice a day for rapid results.
That was our goal from day one, was we really focused on schools to say, if we're going to get America back to normal life, we got to get kids back in school, and we need to do it safely.
Right here on WJCL 22, starting at 7 o'clock, GMA takes a closer look at today's rapid test rollout. And here's a look at the latest case numbers across our area. You can see here nearly 13,000 Georgians tested positive yesterday. The state reported its highest numbers ever back on January 7th with more than 27,000 cases. In South Carolina, more than 11,000 people tested positive on Sunday. Those are the latest numbers that we have available from the state. And you can see that it reported its highest case count ever on Friday with nearly 17,000 cases. Right now, health officials in South Carolina say they're addressing issues with delays in getting test results to patients. The South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control says the majority of COVID tests are processed at large at non-DHEC labs. Right now, they say their own lab is operating at capacity, processing 2,500 tests each day. It says its lab partners have fallen behind for several reasons: the sheer volume of tests and COVID-related staffing shortages.
Well, a 5G crisis averted. AT&T and Verizon are delaying the rollout of their 5G services after airlines asked the president to intervene. Opponents to the rollout included airline manufacturers, companies, and pilots. They say that the frequencies used by this new generation of cell service is too close to the frequencies used by their plane's instruments. They're worried that the services would interfere with each other and lead to catastrophic consequences.
This is unsafe. The manufacturers have said so. Our airlines are saying so. The FAA is saying so, and so are pilot.
No word yet on when the companies will continue their 5G rollout.
Right now, voting rights showdown. Lawmakers are getting ready for a vote any day now after hours of intense debate on the Senate floor.
Senate Democrats we are going to fight the fight.
This just as President Biden begins his second year in office with his poll numbers at a new low. ABC's Faith Abube has what's next.
The Senate for the first time moving ahead with a debate on voting rights, even though the bill appears doomed to fail.
Senate Democrats we are going to fight the fight.
It comes after 19 states imposed new restrictions, making it harder to vote. The vast majority pushed by Republican state legislatures. The effects already plain to see. In Texas today, the county clerk in the state capital of Austin announcing she had to reject 27% of mail-in ballot applications on technicalities.
Your next door neighbor who just turned 65 and who's voting for the first time because they're afraid of COVID is not a fraudulent voter.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats accuse Republicans of stifling democracy.
We cannot sit back and let one political party continue to unravel the threads of our democracy, one voter suppression bill at a time.
The voting rights bill would, among other things, make Election Day a federal holiday and guarantee all voters can request a mail-in ballot. It would also empower the Justice Department to police potential voter discrimination by states. But Republicans are opposed, and two key Democratic senators, Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, refuse to change the Senate rules to let Democrats pass the bill with a simple majority vote.
I think if you have a situation we have right now, where you have the executive branch of government and you have Congress, the House and the Senate, they're all the same, and there's no check and balance because basically you just sweep right through, and the same thing could happen if Republicans had everything.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told Democrats behind closed doors that they will move forward with the vote to try to change the Senate rules to pass voting rights legislation without any Republican support, but it is all but certain to fail. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And tomorrow marks 1 year in office for President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Coming up on Good Morning America, a look back at their first year in office and what we can expect for the second. That's starting at 7 o'clock right here on WJCL 22.
Well, this morning, a new president making his return to the University of South Carolina. Former provost Michael Amarides has been named the 30th president of the university. He spent more than 2 decades at USC before heading to the University of Illinois, Chicago. Now, he released a statement saying, in part, through academics, research, and its vibrant culture, the university system is critically important to the people of South Carolina and to the state's future. I feel privileged to be able to lead this great institution. In Beaufort, a new plaza filled with stores will soon start construction on it. Now, Beaufort Station at the corner of Robert Smalls Parkway and Paris Island Gateway will be more than 200,000 square feet. Now, we're told the plaza will include Hobby Lobby, Ross, Ulta, and Old Navy. The Morgan Company's developer says site work is expected to begin sometime this quarter. Now, Beaufort Station is scheduled to open next fall.